Formula Drift touches down in Atlanta as the race for the Castrol Syntec Power Cup continues. Coming off a win in Long Beach, Chris Forsberg is eager to defend his title from last year's Atlanta stop and continue his momentum toward the championship. Chasing him are several big names as well as some new faces, all eager to make their own claim to the top of Formula Drift. It's going to be fast and hot under the lights in Georgia. 1, 2, 3, send it! Hello everybody and welcome to round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship presented by Circuit City. I'm Jared Deanna and I'm joined by my co-host Mr. Ryan Sage. You know, it's great to be back here in Road Atlanta. Not only celebrating our 5th year anniversary, this is actually where Formula Drift was born. And you know what? Already 2 rounds into it, some drivers are already showing their true colors and breaking away from the pack.
Yeah, big time. I mean, it was a phenomenal event in Long Beach. Chris Forsberg taking away the win, Stanley Hubinett in second, and Tanner Faust in third. We had a missing name in there. Reese Millen had some technical difficulties. He's back today and on fire. But the story today is about Chris Forsberg and Tanner Faust. Faust back at it again, qualifying first. Would you have guessed it, you know? Chris Forsberg, only a year ago, won this event in Road Atlanta on his way to a Tires.com Triple Crown title. So between that, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Dai Yoshihara, Reese back in the mix, it is going to be an unbelievable top 16.
Well, the drivers are ready to go, we're ready to go, but before that, Courtney Day is with the leading man of the hunt for the Castrol Syntec Power Cup.
Thanks, guys. Now we're here with Chris, and we want to know, how does it feel after winning Long Beach?
It feels awesome. I mean, getting a win in the first event, it's, you know, just a credit to the car and the team, you know, and the crew especially, just getting everything together through the off season and making sure that we have a competitive car right into the first event, even with all these new platforms showing up.
Well, it looks like you guys did a good job, and I know this is the first event for the Tires.com Triple Crown. I know you won last year here. What are you going to do to guarantee your win or even, you know, podium this event?
Well, coming into the event, the one thing we're worried about was just getting into the head-to-head battles. Our car is set up real well for tandem, and we're having a great time just trying to keep up with some of the higher horsepower cars out there, so I think we got a pretty good shot.
If you don't know what drifting is, I'm going to get you up to speed. Drifting's unlike any other motorsport. It's action sports meets motorsport. There's no checkered flag here. Drifting is the art of sliding a car around a set course using various inducements while maintaining the best possible line for maximum speed and angle. The main concern is overall impression. What total impact can drivers create for the fans, but more importantly, the judges, who will be scrutinizing their runs even further.
Well, now let's get into the details and find out what the judges are looking for today. There are 4 specific criteria within drifting: speed, angle, line, and overall impact. Speed is pretty simple. How fast are the drivers going through the course? Angle is, do they have the proper angle that the judges are looking for and the deepness of the drift? Line, are they hitting the right clipping points and taking the proper line? And overall impact is all of these elements combined. If the judges cannot come to a conclusion based on those 4 elements, they may ask for one more time.
Here's the top 16 bracket for you. Qualifying saw the introduction of some new names ready to throw down against the vets, but our defending series champ and #1 qualifier, Tanner Faust, is looking to remain Mr. Consistency as we started off with Faust versus Yamanaka. Faust is going to lead because of his #1 ranking today.
You know, just when you think Tanner Faust is going to stay off that top qualifying spot, here he comes out of the middle of nowhere. His second run of qualifying was one of the best I have personally ever seen, Jared.
Tanner Faust has this track straight up dialed right now. You'll see him enter here. Great initiation from Tanner Faust into that first turn. Right on that clipping point, man.
Nice transition by both drivers. Yamanaka doing a pretty good job so far against Faust.
They're entering what's called the horseshoe. As they maneuver around, they want to keep their speed up, their angle. They're going uphill here, having to maintain that drift.
This is where the acceleration comes in. As you can see, Tanner pulling away from Yamanaka, really putting an exclamation point on the final part of this run.
Great cloud of smoke coming off T. Faust's car.
This is where Tanner can really make a difference in the course, and this is where he starts to pull ahead here. He's able to keep third gear all the way around the horseshoe and accelerate to the end.
Tanner Faust with the advantage, 8 over Kenji Yamanaka's 5. I told you, Kenji's still working out the bugs out of that S15.
Having a little tough time against Tanner Faust. He will lead this time. Yamanaka on the left, Faust taking the inside line. See how he does it.
Kenji Yamanaka initiating where he needs to be, not the aggressive angle that I've seen from Kenji Yamanaka in previous years.
Decent speed by Yamanaka, but as you can tell, Faust is right there on his back bumper.
Faust just sweating Yamanaka as they go up the horseshoe. It's really difficult to follow somebody that's slower than you in that horseshoe, and Faust is doing a good job.
Yeah, you're right about that, Jared, because you got to have a lot of horsepower going up there, or at least carry a lot of speed, and that can be tough for a lower horsepower car.
Good run for Tanner Faust. That's why he's our #1 qualifier. Look at him right there. It's the little Houdini. First you see him, now you don't. And Kenji Yamanaka's smoke. Tanner Faust is going to have the obvious win here. And he does. Tanner Faust moves on to the Great 8. And that takes us to our Mazda moment. The winner of our last stop in Long Beach, not to mention last year's Atlanta winner. Forsberg has more at stake than a Formula Drift championship. As the first stop in the Tires.com Triple Crown, Atlanta is setting up to have some intense competition. Each stop drivers vie to be into the top 16. Can a new face challenge the established stars, or can Chris Forsberg hold on and reach the ultimate in drift heights?
Stay tuned, we'll be back with more drifting.